Happy New Year, sports card investors. Today, we're taking a look back at 2022 and the hottest and coldest cards of the year from football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more.
My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies, and at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me and my team as we help you profit from the hobby we all love.
Hello, sports card investors, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023, a year that hopefully will be incredible for the sports card hobby. 2022 was also a lot of fun. There were some cards that went up a lot, and there were a lot of cards that went down a lot. And today we're gonna look back at 2022 and the 10 cards that went up the most and the 10 cards that fell the most. This is gonna be a fun episode, and we're gonna jump right in with our hot list. The hottest cards of 2022, let's go. Number 10 on the hot list is Jason Tatum, and what a year he had, leading Boston to the NBA Finals last season, and Boston is looking good again this year with Tatum averaging 30 points per game this season. His cards have been hot all year long, and in particular, his optic cards. These are the ones that I brought up here on the screen. His optic cards have been performing really well, while his prism cards, many of them have been flat over the last year. But these optic cards, you can see here by looking at change percentage, these are all doing good. They're all up somewhere between about 24% and all the way up to 77% over the last 365 days. His optic shock went from $179 to $318 as of the last recorded sale. In the number 9 spot, we're gonna bring some sealed wax into the countdown because there was a sealed wax product that people were crazy about this year, and it caused its prices to go up a lot. It's Panini 1-in-1 basketball from 2021, a favorite product of breakers. And you can see what this product has done on the market ever since it was released back in September. This thing released on the secondary market, $660 is where this thing could be ordered, but it's now all the way up to close to $1,000. It's up over 42% since its release date, making it one of the hottest wax products of the year. In the number 8 spot, it's a basketball player who really elevated his game this season, Lauri Markkanen, now with the Utah Jazz, part of a big offseason trade for Donovan Mitchell. But Markkanen is doing excellent this season for Utah. His cards are doing excellent as well. Let's take a look. Here's 3 of his optic cards from 2017. Once again, his optic cards are outperforming his prism cards. These optic cards are the ones that are up the most, and these are up anywhere between 44% and 164%. Now, we're recording this video just before Christmas, so it's possible some more sales have come in over the last week that have changed these slightly. But overall, no matter what happens, it's undeniable that Markkanen is one of the hottest players in 2022. We're going with hockey for the 7th hottest card of 2022, and we're going with Jason Robertson, the wing for the Dallas Stars. His market exploded this season after he had an 18-game scoring streak. Incredible. And if we look here at Market Movers, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. We're looking at his 2020 Upper Deck Young Guns base card in PSA 10 and his 2020 SP Authentic Future Watch Auto in PSA 10. Look at both of these take off during that scoring streak. That Future Watch Auto today is selling for around $1,900. You could have picked that card up for a little over $500 at the beginning of the hockey season. What a season it has been for Jason Robertson. To baseball for the 6th hottest player of 2022, and it's the MVP winner, Paul Goldschmidt. The star first baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals had an absolutely incredible season, and his cards have done incredibly well too. I brought up here on the screen a couple of his rookie cards. His 2011 Topps Chrome Update base card in PSA 10, his 2011 Topps Update Diamond Anniversary, his 2011 Bowman Chrome Prospect, all in PSA 10 condition. Switching to look at the detailed view, look at these going up. The Diamond Anniversary up the least at only 27%. But that Topps Update base is up almost 90%, as is the Bowman Prospect Chrome. Both of those cards up a ton. It has been a great 2022 for Paul Goldschmidt. Back to hockey for the number 5 spot, and Kale McCarr, the superstar defenseman for the Colorado Avalanche. He's considered one of the best young players in the NHL, and of course, he won the Stanley Cup last season and was named MVP of the 2022 playoffs. Guess what that did to his card prices? They had been hot all year long in 2022. Here on the screen, I brought up 4 of his rookie cards from 2019. His Upper Deck Young Guns base and PSA 10 is SP Authentic Future Watch Auto. I've also got this Retro Future Watch Auto and the Young Guns canvas. Looking here at the details, all of these have gone up an incredible amount. It's actually that Young Guns canvas from a percentage standpoint that's up the most. That's up almost 77%. That went from $300 at the beginning of the year to $530 with the most recent sale. That is a $230 profit over the course of the year for anybody holding on to that card. In the number 4 spot, we're going with what is probably the most talked about sealed box of the year, 2020 Topps Chrome Formula 1. The Formula 1 market was red hot for the beginning and middle part of the year, and these 2020 Topps Chrome Formula 1 boxes, that's the original set that people were chasing, and they wanted rookie cards for stars in that set like Max Verstappen. It was a loaded box. And of course, this set came out during peak F1 hype, thanks to the Drive to Survive series on Netflix. Look at what the prices did on this box over the course of the year, looking here in Market Movers. Look how high this box got back in March, April, and May of 2020. Absolutely incredible. Now, it has come down some since then, but it still has been a positive gain on the year quite far. You could have bought this box back at the beginning of the year for right around $1,600, most recently selling for around $2,300. That's almost a 44% increase on the year, plus a very healthy sales volume, not just of this box, but a lot of the F1 cards, which is why it is so high on the list here at number 4. Going to football for the number 3 spot, and one of the bright young stars, Josh Allen, having another nice season, passing for almost 3,900 yards so far this season, 30 touchdowns. A lot of expectations on Josh Allen and the Bills here as we start to enter into the NFL playoffs. His card prices have actually been down a little bit in the last couple of months, but overall, if you go back to January 1st of last year, his cards are still way up. And I'll show you what I mean here in Market Movers. I'm looking at a couple of his, I'm looking at his Donruss base card from 2018 in PSA 10. I'm looking at his Optic base and his Optic Holo. And then how about his Contenders rookie ticket auto in PSA 10? These are all up more than his Prism cards, which are a little more flat. These ones are up quite a bit. The Optic base is up 49%. The Optic Holo is up 34%. The Donruss base is up 58%. And how about that rookie ticket auto, the no feet visible variation? It has almost doubled over the course of 2022. At the beginning of the year, you could have picked the card up for right at $4,000. Now it is almost $8,000 as we have reached the end of 2022. Sticking with football for the number 2 hottest card of 2022, and that is Jalen Hurts, the star quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. He is having an MVP-like season. We'll see if he actually wins that award come the end of the year. But there's no doubt that it has been a breakout season for Jalen Hurts, and it has been a breakout season for his football cards as well. I got a bunch of his cards here on the screen. I've got his Kaboom in PSA 10 from 2020, one of his high-end cards, his Optic Holo, Prism Base, Prism Silver, Prism Green, Color Match, Donruss Base. Doesn't matter what Jalen Hurts card I pick. Look at this graph. These things are going crazy. Look at these percentages, ladies and gentlemen. How about that Kaboom? That Kaboom is up 216% over the course of the year. It started the year at $1,675, and it is ending the year 2022 at almost $5,300. If you had a Jalen Hurts Kaboom card in PSA 10, you made a profit over the course of the year, assuming you sold, of over $3,600. What a year to have Jalen Hurts cards. Drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the number one hottest card of 2022, and it goes to the new American League home run record holder, Aaron Judge. Of course, he hit 62 home runs this season. The ball, by the way, from that 62nd home run sold for $1.5 million to the guy who caught it. And then, oh yeah, he also signed a 9-year, $360 million deal to stay with the New York Yankees this offseason. Guess what happened to his card prices in 2022? They exploded. And they actually peaked. You can see here on the graph, they actually peaked during that chase to get to the 62nd home run. They've come down a fair amount since then, but even with them coming down, they're still up incredibly over the course of 2022. And I've got here on the screen his 2017 Topps Chrome rookie card in PSA 10, his 2017 Topps rookie card in PSA 10, his 2017 Bowman Chrome rookie auto in PSA 10, and his 2013 Bowman Draft Chrome Prospects first auto in PSA 10. Let's look at all of these. Wow, look at those percentages, ladies and gentlemen. These cards have absolutely popped off over the course of this year. That 2017 Topps Chrome base card is up 157%. And for a high population base card, over 5,100 of that card in existence, that's incredible for it to move that much in value, having gone from $58 at the beginning of 2022 to close to $150 at the end of 2022. Aaron Judge, number one in the countdown of the top 2022 cards. But what goes up must come down. Now it's time for our 10 coldest cards of 2022. Starting the cold list in the number 10 spot is a sealed box that did the opposite of its big brother. 2021 Topps Formula One racing boxes have been cold, despite the fact that 2020 Topps Chrome Formula One racing boxes were on the hot list. But the thing about the 2021 release, it didn't have the same level of key rookies as the 2020 release. And oh yeah, a lot of the cards were the same people that were in the 2020 release because the F1 drivers don't change out that often. So there just wasn't the same level of interest in 2021 F1 as there was in 2020 F1. And you can see what these boxes have done on the secondary market since their release. These boxes came out of the gate in early 2022 at around $475. And they've dipped all the way down to around $180, a decrease on the year of over 62%. The ninth coldest card of 2022 goes to a football player who was riding high at the beginning of the year, but then nothing has gone his way since. Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams was holding that Super Bowl trophy back in early 2022, but since then, some of the key players left the Rams. They've had a really bad season this year. Stafford's numbers weren't good, and then he got injured. This has caused his card prices to get injured as well. And you can see here on the graph how his cards were spiking back in the early part of the year when he won that Super Bowl, and you can see how they have just fallen hard ever since. These are 4 of his 2009 rookie cards, his Topps base and PSA 10, and then I've got his Topps Chrome X-Fractor, Refractor, and base and PSA 10, and all of these are down somewhere between 66% and almost 76% on the year. That Topps Chrome Refractor in PSA 10, that card was $1,475 in the beginning of the year, now $355. Yikes! The number 8 spot for coldest card of the year goes to another quarterback who's been struggling, Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals. This season, he played in just 11 games. His numbers were okay, but probably a bit underwhelming. And then, of course, he got injured, and the Cardinals overall had not been good this season. His cards have been on a slide since the beginning of 2022. You can see what I'm talking about here on the graph. Gosh. Look at these cards just coming down over the course of 2022. These are 6 of his key rookie cards from 2019. Everything from his Prism Base to his Prism Silver. Got one of his Prism Autograph cards up, his Donruss Base, his Optic Holo, his Select Concourse, all in PSA 10. Oh, look at the red, ladies and gentlemen. This is rough. That select concourse is down almost 84%. That card in PSA 10 was $107 at the beginning of 2022. Guys, it's now $17. It went from $107 to $17 in PSA 10 over the course of the year. Whew. Football isn't the only sport on the cold list. There's some baseball cards going down as well, and Luis Robert saw his cards fall hard during 2022. He had an okay season. He played 98 games. That's not great. Batted .284. That's okay. Just 12 home runs. But what really got him was the hype. He was a hobby favorite back in 2021, and people had really high expectations for Robert as well as for the White Sox overall entering the 2022 season. And sometimes it is the hype and failing to live up to the high expectations that can kill a player's card prices the most. That is what happened with Robert. I've got on the screen here 5 actually of his 2020 rookie cards from Topps Chrome, his Topps Chrome Refractor, his Topps Chrome Rookie Auto, and his Bowman Sapphire Edition all in PSA 10. Look at these things fall, guys. Look at these percentages. Look at that red. That is all ugly. How about that Sapphire Edition Chrome Prospects PSA 10? That thing went from $200 at the beginning of 2022 to just $39 today. Sticking with baseball for the number 6 spot on the cold list, it is another young player who didn't have the season we were hoping. Wander Franco of the Tampa Bay Rays. You guys know the hobby has been chasing his prospect cards for a while, but in 2022, the hype was so high and he didn't live up to it. He missed a lot of time due to a wrist injury. His cards got beat up as a result, particularly his 2022 Topps rookie cards. 2 of those here on the screen, his 2022 Topps base card in PSA 10 and his 2022 Topps Gold in PSA 10. Look at the fall of these cards. Guys, this is ugly. That very first 2022 Topps base card in PSA 10, when it first hit the market back in March of 2022, the first one sold for $521. Today, you can get one for about $34. That is a decrease of almost 94% over the course of 2022. It's an ugly year for Wander Franco cards. In the number 5 cold spot for 2022, it's a GOAT who fell off a bit. The GOAT of Formula One, Lewis Hamilton, saw his cards go down a lot during 2022. Part of the reason for this is he didn't compete very well for the championship in 2022. It was Verstappen who cruised to that title in 2022 after having also won it in 2021. And we also saw some younger drivers emerge in 2022 as well. So while Hamilton is still considered to be one of the all-time greats, he's starting perhaps to fall off a little bit. His card prices are starting to fall off a lot. Let's look at what some of his cards did over the course of the year. These are from 2020. His Topps Chrome Sapphire base card, his Topps Chrome base card, and his Topps Chrome Refractor base card in PSA 10, as well as his Topps Now Formula One base card in PSA 10. You can see how these things have all dropped, guys. Let's look at the details. All of these are down a lot, despite a pretty high sales count compared to a lot of Formula One cards for some of these. But that 2020 Topps Chrome Formula One base card down almost 73% on the year, from $610 down to $167. In the number 4 spot, a segment of the hobby that absolutely collapsed in 2022, and the hobby box went along with it. 2022 Prism WWE Wrestling. These boxes were incredibly hyped when they came out early in the year, and look what they've done since. Look here on the graph, look back to April. These boxes went for as much as over $1,200 for these 2022 Prism WWE hobby boxes. Today, these boxes are down less than $200. They went from $1,200 when they came out down to $200 over the course of 2022. It has been an ugly year for WWE cards. In the number 3 spot on the cold list, it is an example of prospecting and speculation gone wrong. Mick Schumacher's cards have fallen hard this year. Now, he is the son of 7-time F1 world champion Michael Schumacher, and Mick Schumacher is an extremely popular F1 driver as well. Over 3 million followers on Instagram, for example, but he just can't win races or even place well in the points. And if you can't do that, your cards are not going to do well either. You can see what I'm talking about here on the screen. This is ugly. These are a couple of his 2021 Topps Chrome Formula One cards and his 2020 Topps Chrome Formula One Sapphire Edition card. These things have really fallen hard. My gosh, they've fallen hard. His 2021 Topps Chrome Formula One Refractor card in PSA 10 condition has gone from $525 at the beginning of the year to the most recent sale of $18. That is a decrease of almost 97% on the year. What a fall for Schumacher's F1 cards. Going to baseball for the number 2 coldest card of the year, it's Jared Kalanick of the Seattle Mariners. At one point, he was one of the most hyped prospects in baseball and one of the most sought after prospect cards in the baseball card hobby, but it really hasn't worked out so far. He's batting just .168 on 500 career at-bats, and his card market has pretty much crashed as a result. Look at what his cards have done over the course of 2022. Oh, guys, look at that top line on the graph. That thing is nasty. All of these are nasty. These are his 2018 first Bowman prospect cards, including his Chrome Auto in PSA 10, his Chrome in PSA 10, his Chrome Refractor in PSA 10, and his Bowman Draft Base Paper card in PSA 10 first prospect. All of these down tremendously so, somewhere between 79% and almost 91%. That auto card went from $1,250 to $115 over the course of 2022. And now it's time for the coldest card of all of 2022, and it's a card that a lot of you probably own, especially if you've been buying football cards from the last couple of seasons. This honor belongs to Mac Jones of the New England Patriots. Even though he's still the starter for New England, he has not lived up to the hype. Unfortunately, the Patriots have not been great this season, especially under Jones. And as a result, his card market has crashed absolutely hard. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about. I brought up 6 of his popular rookie cards here on the screen. His Donruss base, his Optic Downtown, a little bit of a higher end card there, along with his Mosaic Genesis. That's a higher end card as well. I got his Prism base, his Optic Hollow, his Prism Silver, all in PSA 10. Look at how all of these have crashed. Oh my gosh, down anywhere from 78% all the way up to down 93%. That Optic Downtown, when it first came out, the first sale of that card in PSA 10 was $9,000. You can now pick up that card for $670. Somebody lost $8,330 on that card. These are all down, even on the low end. His Donruss base card, which has sold almost 1,000 of those over the course of the year, his Donruss base card in PSA 10 condition went from about $300. Now it's $25. Mac Jones has gone from $300 to $25 on a card that sold almost 1,000 times over the course of the year. That is a 92% decrease. It has been a frosty year for Mac Jones. Wow. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed our countdown of the 10 hottest and 10 coldest cards of 2022. If you did, you will also enjoy Market Movers, because all of these charts and graphs and data, it's all from Market Movers, and hopefully we'll see the card market pick up a little bit now in January. And if we do, you need Market Movers to track the daily movement of card prices as well as your own collection. You can get 7 days free, and then it's only $9.99 per month to get started. Just go to Sports Card Investor right now and click on Market Movers in the main menu bar. Again, go to sportscardinvestor.com and click on Market Movers in the main menu bar. We appreciate you. Give the episode a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon with our next one. Happy New Year.